4.7 Asempa FM Suni Ekosiisen dwumadi no asogu so a utie no yeda munyina asese matwen yen ama yakọ aba. Okay. Where's there? Greetings, Obi. Lawyer Amenuvo is radical. Charlie, the guy dribble chachu brutal. Osi senior lawyer beaten by master strategist. Greetings to Chairman Charles Boaten of the NPP Tema Central Constituency. Ian Okwei Tabi and Onudiwe Aboshe. Greetings to the incoming mayor for Tema. Okay. This one says, Obi, welcome. The COVID-19 virus is real. Please let's all adhere to the safety protocols and avoid more spread. Sir Prince is in Ayen Suano, Nedia or de Abreye in Musa Abattoir is in Kumasi. And Musa Abattoir says Rojo Metelnono has given vivid evidence of what transpired in the strong room. When fundamentals of your question is weak, tea and biscuit will expose you. If lawyers resort to irrelevant questions, it means that their case has been crushed. Why is Jane Adokwe Mensah running away from cross-examination by legal luminary Chachuche Kata? What is she afraid of? Whether she likes it or not, the El Clasico will come off. That's Musa Abattoir. Good afternoon, Obi. I encourage all Ghanaians to duly observe all the COVID protocols to the latter. COVID is very real. Congrats to all MPP MPs who lost their seats but are still showing love to their constituent. Honorable Ebenezer Nina Nate of Ablekuma Central, you are loved. Fieron is in Mataheko and Odiwe Abrewe. So my regards to my fantastic MP, Honorable Lawyer Andrew Kofi Ejapamesa. May God continue to protect him greatly. David Kweno is in second D and Odiwe Abba. Ansan remember Baba Jamal Akwaba no. Ma me fa ntwem se mo de mo cars ama driver for so mo mfa nya adwuma mamo na mo meye sales. De bia e kabuburo na omo de ejamo no me pa chew mate de enne. Enti wo car na wato no. Se driver wo de ama ne sales kra wontimi nye. Enti ama wontimi nya that value for your vehicle. Me pa chew. Go Ahead Transport Enterprise Abama. Go Ahead Transport Enterprise. Yomo yeni. Sa uwo car, fa car ne kokoma won. Omo no be manage the car na ye adwuma. Na se na wotwe na opeu, se bosome na opeu. Omo tua o ka guaranteed income eno no every week, every month. Omo de wade ebe man de nya afei na our car no na ene yentimi anye sale because na we are saying na we are you say dabi. Go Ahead Transport Enterprise. Omo no ombeje cars no am managing a kama na omotua weekly or monthly profit na ayede de ama bibia wo bia omode ebema cars no omode bi and they are also into work and pay commercial cars omo work and pay for ride hailing Uber and a Bolt airport chauffeur door to door delivery of cars from the port and now almost sign of vacancy so ma experienced drivers in the one winning come your Ofanko barrier aso fan new station near Jojo Water and a Kinky House. Your number is 0244 911 939 0244 911 939 and a 0546 733 672 0546 733 672. In Suya, Yenina Yajiatu Mayanumbi was studio high Awake Purified Drinking Water. Awake. Casapreco Company Limited in Sio Modi Abadjaso no. And when him say Casapreco ye ISO certified company. In the standards of Munfeni Agro. Awake no a croje men Canada. And your sizes be brave. And your 330 ml and a 500 ml bottles no. Your 750 ml and so for more I'm open Sio num be brave. And a 1.5 liters for those who always want more water. Me pacho unzunya no be abebo. Officers and if you special 19 liters jar. When you be see officer, come. Awake bottle ba could be our betono. Ye tiskane kakra at the boy in your National Cardiothoracic Center. Omua air heart problems into be heart transplant. We always say and surgery wanna come. Nina omunsu nyesika ede eye. Indishan so. Ema na obenu munsu nko ade ya awake. Opedudu etu akotonwa 0262 351-251, 0262-351-251. Na only one into me any and come on. Lawyer Baba Jamal, Akwaba na apong to saying.
Oh, Namiadum, Elby.
Ahwade ho.
Obadi adum bibi abako.
And so ocean messages nibi amekan now. I must say some of the views electoral commission lawyer no use superior strategy to want to end this whole case.
Asem no Supreme Court rule awoswana.
Dabi eno your china.
Enti eno china nso no nyase yekoya kwaro nko rule because I feel na arguments no. Ti yekoya legal submissions nti omo dimirika say wa isi we esu ni na no de omo kom buso asem keke.
An argument from omo end will be argument why are you free say it was such means about witness box.
Exactly because you see so we have some in a net offer as you see of course in an say you were church rojo metronono and obama any evidence and amibwa my evidence ni no mama fo bisa ansem bebre nia ohunye yesi oho okan o kire ni ohunye nsam a pesa white back and bebre na obesi sudua embo bi ehunu sensa na enokre enne be psa first na man for cry ya catch am say electoral commission and a share wom so mumfiri wana omni ni nyankitamude na bebre kra nyini enne the electoral commission ngasa lawyer na bizan say ukoma me no office osin uko tena ho chepa osin ya ma tea ni biscuits kra awe no si o tea de mu ma me na biscuit de ne nka ho tina che say e dia dance say no kreso ko ma me no office man kitamudi omuka so mu ni umdi no omo ni nya san kitamudi no we electoral commission kasa lawyer na ebiza.
But how would that prove it? That he went to the woman's office has never been in dispute.
But the woman has not.
The woman instructing them to leave the place.
So who answered those questions and explain?
Who is alleging?
We are alleging, and we have been able to prove that we had a conversation with her. It is in our statement. We have made it clear that we went to her office. The electoral commission, we should wait. The electoral commission, in all their questions, women said they have not spoken to them. What they are saying is that they didn't instruct them. But they have not denied that they've known. We are also saying that they instructed them. So what am I saying? So we have been able to establish the fact that there was some compensation. And I remember. So anybody who is saying that we've not been able to prove our case, no. What is he talking about? Because one of the things is that, of the controversial point is that, whether the woman instructed them or asked them or conversed with them or whatever. But whatever it is, no, there was some compensation. And so it is for the electoral commission to come and improve to us through cross-examination. Say one day, when we more ankasana wa instruct you.
If it establishes indeed, the mamina instruct you almost free. How does that resolve 5 issues according to setting down?
The 5 issues that is there. The last issue, if you want, I can read all the issues so that people will hear it properly. And for those people, for those microphone more kase, yen figures emrano. Read the 5 issues. Okay, but last one.
Number 1, whether or not the petition discloses any reasonable cause of action.
That's right. 1.
Number 2,
and then chassis and say, yeah. That's a seven. Can so be a while. Okay.
In so was the petition, election petition, crabba, court, whether the petition discloses any reasonable cause of action.
Disclosing, not taking the petition, whether we have a right to bring a petition. That's different from
that's
the
not what
petition that you have brought.
And yes, no,
and
whether the content of the petition, no.
No, you didn't add content.
Okay. But whether the petition, no, I will not say.
Other said, but she tina mundiabano. And you know, so be our wow was here, Kasana.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Number 2, they say. Number 2, they say. Whether or not, based on the data.
Okay.
Contained in the declaration of the first respondent and the second respondent as president-elect, no candidate obtained more than 50% of the valid vote cast as required by Article 63.3 of the 1992
So whether we made the standard of 63.3, and I mean third one.
Whether or not the second respondent still met the Article 63.3 of the 1992 Constitution threshold by the exclusion or inclusion of the Techiman South constituency presidential election results.
The Techiman South come on
and as standard. Number 4. Whether or not the declaration by the first respondent dated the 9th of December 2020 of the result of the presidential election conducted on the 7th December 2020 was in violation of Article 63.3 of the 1992 Constitution.
Okay. Finally, we have
63.3 say it was so be able to declare president elect when you're more than 50% of the vote. Good. Number 5. Whether or not the alleged vote pardoned.
That's right.
And other errors.
Very good.
Complained of by the petitioner affected the outcome of the presidential election result of 2020. It is a instructio. How does that resolve?
I'm explaining to you.
Okay.
Because you see, vote pardon by and I the big account. It tells me they see mistakes be brave. So what man say? Young Crawford also say as at the time I no omu free hono and I catch almost omu free hono. Na process no end there. Because omo who from 13 TBA. Na process no a kwaya osi e faso di wie no na yenyen wie ye. Enti si yenyen wie na o catch no so on komra na obema no police motorcade kra na to mo pentam o masanya banze ya bobo a. Na se wa mo ko na fo machi eye from 13 e sign e de kwa na aboa na wa fa mra kwanso e de abo ade no ana. This is where the crux of the matter is. You see errors wom se se amino ka se na dojo matimu nsa be prove say Eastern region 2 summary sheets na buy. Northern regions not 2 summary sheets na buy. But that one, because that this thing was strike out. So at must say. Enti why no also be here no say. Mienu na buy no. When no kre, and when no kre.
Whether or not those errors you speak about.
So the errors
affected.
One of the errors is that by law, and in fact, the CJ also said it. By law, no, there should be one summary sheet for a region.
Yes.
Yes. So where you have 2, which one is the authentic one?
Has that not been explained? Even before you went to court.
Who explained it?
So easy statement from EC.
Who explained the statement? You see?
No, even before you filed the petition.
Even another worse joint. And I heard Mesa making that mistake.
Okay.
As a lawyer, I thought it was a mistake with all due respect. With the due respect, because we see no, we so kase me ba so kase so oh mesa enti me dey with due respect account me dey due respect account ni American say because say obi akeke na kan because o kasa no we refuse say even obi on pass only a lawyer o say who share law why did you say that? Because it's important say ni experience any new deal it's sometimes it's called into question. Intimate as a lawyer me can because of your position. Because who can say you can't declaration declaration. That is 1, 2 or say why declaration or the clarification abba. Which part of the law and declaration? Just go and do clarification. Which part of the law? Which part of the law? Tell me which part of the law say. Okay, a whole declaration. And declaration, my brother, declaration is a word of mouth which is authenticated with what is on paper. That is declaration. And it's a paramino because that has been the settled practice of our system, you know. We no better no cinema bubu krata no read no assurance and then a declaration. Now why declaration? Adia chinya what be jina ni pain name and this phone no there but international observers all the parties. Omi na tito and we be trust no say o. Abato na ye to na ye de hye me nsase me hweso no. Ehun sunsanso ni. Na emra no so hye wo se anse na odi sunsanso no baba no. E wo say party bia e wo hobi. Party no wo ho kwan so on sign so on tire ne ndi onya dan. One sign. Yanka se party ni ka se on sign a man declare. Yes it's on sign a. On tire ne ndi on sign. Party ni na obesan no na wa ma we free wo so nkoka asem tire ne wura no to be da sign. Ndi from 30 ni hu kura. Wa hu ne metre no. 2 se we also ye tire one full polling station. Ama
for parliamentary and presidential.
Whatever it is, there was a complaint from Sohiri also.
Okay.
So that must hear. Okay. So that's it also. There are about 11 constituencies. Senkama no betra de kemu ni be bisa no ahano. Say no mama obi ye calculation no. Ko no se de no betra no no se calculation ha ya calculation ha. Ni ehunu ni ebe kokosie whether o calculation na why no problem go because what you to say the first declaration is wrong. So what we are saying is say sansem we na ya ma obi ehunu say amomu nka say jetum say it's a reading two way ho mistakes me so in on one statement grano or jetum say mistakes home but any material mistakes and the mistakes a bit me affect results and you see yen mu de you see perfect results
momo say mistakes no
a bit me affect
results.
That's right.
After more 3 witnesses
yes.
Have you proven how our mistakes may affect results?
So you see, this is where people also get it wrong.
Okay.
And I had the same mistake.
Okay.
Yes, it is true, sir. You win a case based on the strength of
more petition. Mm-hmm.
But we also know, sir, in a trial, cross-examination and adducing evidence can also help your case. Everybody knows that. And that's how they say cross-examination. Cross-examination, they didn't, my main control. Cross-examination, they no crab about 10 examination in chief also.
And witness in
chief. Because cross-examination, and when the was someone what could do one translate, Obi Beja Sem, no to no bisa on whole questions. And when the baby no, okay, cases baby no cross-examination in union appear. Beside every practice right now, when it comes to cross-examination, where cross-examination is where the meat or where the case that is where you prove a good lawyer.
For election petition, we invoke Article 64(1). A sui generis, a unique, and case be a court. Before you invoke the special jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, and also when you something watertight. Into issue number 5, for example, say whether or not the alleged vote pardon and other errors complained of by you, the petitioner, affected the outcome of the presidential election result of 2020. That has to be proven. It has not been proven as of now.
Yeah. You are comfortable, sir. It's in reading the 2 summary sheet number elder.
And you don't know what this issue says.
But it is part of our.
It is our error.
Hold on.
Nearby, you know.
Yes, right.
How does it affect votes?
Which of them are you using? Which of them are you using? And which one did the Electoral Commission use? The 2 nearby. No? Since you have elected yourself to be the Electoral Commissioner here.
No, I'm not.
Which of the 2? Now, you see here the calculation.
Which one? Which one our witness certify? You know?
That was the first one, which is lower than the second one. So, which one did they use in doing the calculation?
A witness now certify second.
No,
one. He certified the first.
The first one, which is a less number.
Now, our regional coalition.
Me, I was the
one also sign.
And me, man, sign me. I was not the one who was accredited to sign.
Okay.
And the one honestly in the Jamal anyway. Honestly, in the Jamal, coincidence
of name.
Okay. So the question is now then, whose responsibility now? So, but me better Ghana for say, okay, when a buy, me when you use your calculation because say anything. So what say? And one of the who as a Ghanaian, you are not interested. Say to whereby we see it is no issue that should be considered.
No, I have not said.
No, that is what you are saying, sir. Alleged errors. No, when we say error, bring it even to summary sheet. No, it's an error. It's an error.
Yes.
So
we how does that error affect the outcome of the result?
Obi, I have told you that the two numbers that came are not the same. And today, Rojo,
yes,
he brought something very interesting. What's the first number? Nanadu got around 700 and something, 1,000 or so. The second number he had 799,000 or something. I'm not sure of the exact figure, but one was higher.
Okay.
So that must say, even though when you tabulate it to the end, you will see that the vote down, it may tally. But in terms of the vote allocation, there is a problem.
So based on the constituency,
so that is what I'm saying, sir. It is not for you to tell me that. It's for the Electoral Commission
to come and respond to
that. Electoral Commission is Oma. On so me. And never you see vote. Una osuna man for momu free ho. Brother can say well. Meanwhile, you see the interesting thing is that ejumana no yeba under law. And a wawa go to law over under it. Even though I don't want to go into the details because of channel legal submission, but at least today they made the application. Is that the Supreme Court said they should do the legal submission tomorrow? Yeah. Application we said they are coming under order 36.
Of
and
CI
47. And then they will go under CI 87. What they are trying to say is that a witness, if a case is not proven, a defendant can decide to say I won't go. But at what point in a defendant Betimaka say I won't adduce
any evidence. And you when that who petition now be closing your case.
Very well.
Says you're not closing your case.
No.
Closing
case. We have closed our case. But it is not at that point. We have passed that point, Kura.
Really?
You see, if we were in a normal situation, there would have been petition, there would have been even directions, possibly.
Case
and
management.
Then we do case management before we even go for the trial. But because this is a special situation in the light of CR 99, we quicken things. We couldn't go through the process. But at least we did CMC. At that point, the Supreme Court gave us, Supreme Court Mayen, and Mra will be fa ne numunsa made and down. And to that point, I expect to be because okay, media. But reading petition. Some me reading me sure omunya assembly into me I deserve it.
At that point. But no be catch say at that same point no. No tender. No far Rojo Metal no evidence. No witness statement.
No. All witness statements no. I say root or pleadings mo.
Yes.
And we expect to say pleadings, now a fair idea of what is going to happen. So that must
yes.
At that point, and that is what the CIA 87 can say. When a person elects to adduce evidence, what is elect to adduce evidence? You can be elected to adduce. Not just only pardon free na payment. Say me de inina soba. Mami e fini pem. Actual witness statement. Ama wodi ni evidence we na attach ni na sama ye kan o ma yi anu akire mu isi reginde mienu nom de aba ama samre chidi nom de aka ho. What we na abo.
But it is not before the court. It is not in evidence.
I am coming to that. I'm coming to that.
Okay.
It has been filed. So it is in the bosom of the court.
But it is not.
But it has not been tendered.
Good.
That's true.
In evidence.
Even when the thing has not been tendered, the Supreme Court at a point referred to some of the evidence. No, the Bible. One will refer to some of the evidence. even though no any evidence. I'm a Form 13 who can say one of Supreme Court you Form 13 may hear me who say sir Form 13 ukra a sub standard and also your issue ababa so say errors na come one of the big errors say CI 127 sir
Form 13
no see enya no sir na enya no pepe na ma me
oh yes sure
oh yes Professor White adduced that evidence. Justice no, see, this is not the Form 13 that we know according to one
CI 127. That's Form 13 of course in the Muslim who be the Form 13 that was used.
You can see you
okay.
Because I was CI 127
of course.
And
copy woman.
And to copy woman into your who pen. By no you did declare no can only you did declare. And no na ye who and only copy say oh electoral commission be about court and Timonja say no. I don't see the big way and it doesn't a substandard a new standard na ye can say you know. So a electoral commission kon bit me betra wa echirem say ABC ni say ne ba na de me de ba no kra no a new standard. So these are the errors we are pointing out. Let's say errors we no we see there be member because mon can sembia enti nsem na yakase be yi anu na no nyasem
no enti se oba be yi anu ni wi o still anu wa ma me kan issue number 5 se oba be yi anu wi na no yi no plus mumu evidence amode afọ how do they answer the question say whether the vote pardon the alleged vote pardon other errors complained about say the workers is here no. How did they affect the outcome of the presidential election result of 2020?
Figures na from 13 na onu use no. Sa figures no on one trans na
Ekosiisen on
because by law I was think a party seen now.
Now say other parties didn't sign.
Hold on.
Okay.
Was a party bia o.
Okay.
Party bia o Honda say went mean sign near enti e went mean sign. No why then. Now watch
yes.
And I'm a boy.
Yes, that's true.
And no yet me approve say yen yet me a concord. I'm a bed de man ne onwa basis do ya say no crazy any man no kokasa. The only difference is the word you say either say or instruct yen and I say ye free ho. These are two things that it is only the electoral commission and I yen kasa no onu ko do betima be kire mu. Because don't yen ne kasa direct and I'm a boy. Enti rojo ni we no ambun kwa no betimi abegina mu akase oh eyo no kure oba me office but man she no say onko and I say oh me ni di nkomo say onye den onko ma me no kwa no betimi akasa asem no. So as we talk now say ma me no say we na fan ho ntimi ma ebe den na errors na ye ka ho asem no ye be den na for example from 30 no question back we baba say ye no use that from 13 way na so use from 13 when you use a wrong form to declare a national election papa. So these are
in mumu estimation of form we use here a wrong form.
Look, we have complained about too many. Obi me no take kwama boba 4. Say we are not convinced. My chere is in the course ho. My chere so we also na course ho. My chere say figures no mbobo no kura no. Nearby no figures we no so kura no different. My chere form we use here. Much of the fact to say my men can even say my no need them all because by law no think one woman na transit then near a CSM kran say why ye with declaration winning what be train pay my declaration and I would say one was why mistake and then a quality is a mistake no because the law requires you say oba be bibi sa na mracha will say woni wo mo ye ina mo ntrase no bia enti inse mistake ba adenti na nkrofo na wo no mo ye no on sam from back na on ka so ke mistake me huni mo hwe e jenu okay obi an sign bio na ensan dey ensan nya correct because impenin say
even if some mistake impenin say affect number obi enya ya figure obi enya
it is composed also inside compulsory. It does a compulsory. By law declaration. Anything no okwa gazette no. Want to be a mention time for the no. or sign gazette 9 for the no because in the gazette or mentions a gazette or mention or declare on the 9th. The 9th one too is a mistake. 9 for the mistake. Into what gazette mistake? Into what gazette mistake? Into what beauty way? Nanadua or Tessu declaration ya gazette a ma or your president. A mistake one. Tina do a mistake president ana.
Now, sir, in the correction on the terms.
That is that the it's not about what she said. Is it the process?
Okay.
No, Obi, Mama, not tell you because when I say ni kwachi emi bi sane say. Who baba declare first one? Who the emphasis in this any ho? Party sake na o, anamibwa. And I would no be and I would declare now say. And who say mistake ho. Mpenyi se baby ya chichira bwana.
Ohani yesane.
Ohani yesane no. And this one say mistake abem. Na se wo pese o sisana. E dia na we. Something in for na won ni na wo be from atnas bi no aka say. Me ya dia no mistake akrabem. Enti me pamcho form fufuru ni. Anameboa. Ya ye no correct. Okobi ansensa. Na yemfone wo the press statement number out say. Say no only parties na sensible why then. Why correction? What is wrong with that? Now go say them. Adiamu ina my now go say them was my correct. Do we correct election results with press release? And to obi matru mistake matru na we na electoral commission and na your court. Arahosem. Electoral commission sorry also. And some na ya kanina. Enti we na ya mayina no hu say ababia wu to no crowd o ma mehia no obete court basem nugu you say eh ade asemi enti nsema kasi e na mami se chese mono dwakura enka no kura mono dwakura chese enka no kura enka ni church kwa na kan code eh say two forms koforia o say no problem yanko one why mistake what declare mistake we say no problem enko what mama for we declaration center what say still en fa ho we dey hu no Ghana for promo ko shipo en fa ho uma na enne lawyer sorry wo court o say ono o madda na esre o kaza mo kwanda MPP su disi mo yema
say emra ne mo kwa
emra no tena ko kan wasem no say emra mo kwan mo kwan o tena no ko kan wasem no ana mebo say emra no mo kwan mo kwan but near establish the series mami na jane
mami ben
oh na one mami wasem ne kai obi mami wasem ne kai mami na jane na simrika so ma on tese me be na no we telling you Nancy America
and was it because
and now you telling ya o say as a criminal ma o say criminal body ma no dimrika kan to dey ya mo le MPP zu diso om so ro ndim jane o mo jane
almost because moon prove case bia
the ovi ndi me kan na makasegu obi na me kan wa be makasegu ana eh mami ni dimrika say na so that is it because we
now the
Ghana election petition na yenyina so a ye pa 2013 anamebo anu kwani da ya challenge election court
and 2004
the na nkitu ebi ntia no ankofa me kan de ye ko full try
Ekosiisen
electoral commission aferidan onu ankasa eno betra dekam obetra dekam be 3-4 days okay.
That's 2012 there.
2012 there. No. 2013
and so petition and so better.
Just 2013 year sasem. So man and petition and say petition and I'm trying to come.
Baumia came.
It's one of the petitioner. Yes. Petition and I can oh mrana sense say kakra. So man say mrana sense say kakra say first no anko obi abetima obi abegina ho ama no. But we dey say wan kasabra.
Yes.
So man say enti na yen your president say ono de ejidi wona dance ya ode abanu into ono de on fa de on sabenti we a witness statement aferi jam betra o e kan sem 2-3 days ye papa kokore ye kan sa enyina sonko an ye wo election abatu mu no e de na aba enenne jin adukwei mensa also no doma
now say at the time no sanka electoral commission at the time no more first respondents no if they also felt say petitioner in that case me improve the case and go make me elect so mama for Ghana
obi
but this time
obi kwanja obi sa no nyansa wo mu de but in tasum
sir adentia
because so who person kire say in some be gina ha be 30 minutes making wo adwimu
enye madwimu you
what adwimu now na make that what adwimu
lawyer Mesa ba hope ma ntie lawyer Mesa Ekosiisen
me fi the propaganda school yi o select bi dum prebo so na party ni na o national executive da wo ko propaganda school mi wo ko lectures
na we issue we raise critical issues patent errors
baba bo padi panzo ya na obi so wa sam ye daw wasam ye du kokoti oye daw ana say electoral commissioners na asam ye daw we gwana na ka odo ye odo bia da ba me egwan osande
on the strength of
thank you
the court will rule in your favor
it's mu wire wona asam ye oye daw ama na electoral commissioners Ankaba onya wonda
on Asempa FM.
Because you see obi share radna kupona ndisi fo share obi issues no simple nche ose eja mama petitioner or jezi woni petition mu na one mount witness box ana
yes
na Mr. Electoral Commissioner ne answer to the petition on your part of the pleas.
Okay.
And John also did you on answer them. It's why you saying that on the day economy are on numbers with test box. If Mr. Mahama has faith, now you see, Baba Jamal, Baba,
Ose J Mahama because GDA ewo
the petition
him.
Thank you.
That's what I said. Woman with dear dancing man, or Gigi or Muse, he has enough case of me
approval. Okay.
And a way there, or no, until no one for witness, we ready. One witness statement. Martin.
Obi, witness statement on your body.
Adducing evidence.
Asama, Nkankano, Yaman war evidence in chief. The CCR pede litigation. Onka yatinti, yes, a tro. Na file. Na tro na file, is it in evidence?
No.
And see, what's the issue? About time no baba in evidence.
So nipa ni be box ni ma.
And I say, Asama, yada kokoti. Rules ni na yadi jumani na no. Ose, awo da some court no. Evidence Act. Awo never burden of proof. I will not adduce sufficient evidence, ma the trial of fact will be determined there. At this charge will burden no satisfactorily. And son a burden no be shifter or shift. So that a defendant and a respondent no may adduce sufficient evidence to disprove. And I adduce evidence. Now rules no so osi say embroso na say obi aza asam no ba da court no o kana asam wie na ehwe na sa asam wa aka no onya asam a o de eba na ebegina adakam na ma evidence a
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
Decide the evidence na wonjina asam titiri no do a petitioner no wa aka no na wonfombo asam no.
No, but can be critical there. To prove one case, sometimes you need the cross-examination.
Sometimes
to prove your case.
I have a rule.
Essay.
I have a rule.
On your convention.
I have a convention.
The practice of the court.
You are saying that you use convention to compel a witness to give evidence or what? I have a Kokana system. You want to tell me that practice? What is the basis of a defendant mounting a witness box?
To support the defendant's case.
Thank you. Another to disprove the plaintiff's case.
Yes.
Na must mean disprove in BR to disprove plaintiff's case.
My
causes am in area. It's not some not about court no. Unjina do no umbua. It's wrong. Bibi sawasam, is it wrong? And I mean come down. Because some was some tribune na court, ma tend the evidence now me make a compelling case. Next ne emba. I should be happy. And I'm going to menage. So why are the NDC people making all the noise?
But
in any event,
the instances of error Baba Jamal listing, who best can respond to them?
Which errors?
I'm okay in Anta.
Whose case on our court?
The petitioner.
Have they proved the errors before court? We prove errors now.
Haven't they?
If they prove this, what's their problem? Prove evidence, prove the error. What problem? Pa on your hindi.
Asempa FM.
I don't understand. Also, electoral commissioner Mr. Rojo Nunu no Dr. Pesa White. The one did traffic. One for electoral commissioner no office. Now one call Mr. Muhammad Nifie according to ne answer to the petition. Were chain homes.
Chain homes.
No mum walk. Nasa waraba on a motorbike. We cash your chain homes. No, you want now, but no, who be the master? Me have to be that. Obi, one look on a rob about motorcade. What electoral commission where the traffic about what I come as a man and if one more motorcade. What could we go through? I don't understand. Na pe motorcade and check on that motorcade no one at the call. Na at the motorcade as an head at the bar. Now what kind of one comes about hammer or in a cacabasm? On one can. What was a kind of one can? The one in cacabasam.
One in Quaka errors need be identified.
No, I then, no, Mr. Mahama, then. No, Mr. Mahama, on your then. What when Mr. Mahama, we don't call one errors, why identify on Mr. Mahama, then. Wabra and Brano also say will issue with anything a throw a formado and draw he was formado. I certify 13 out of 16. Obi. 13 out of 16. I certify. The result are Ufi region one be nano
on Asempa
FM. Now come Mr. Mahama na nyona kakaba error huna Mr. Mahama why then aba power no war as a candidate in the election. To do what? Obi.
Broad consultations
To
before
broad
declaration.
consultation on what rule. See, I want 270 to do a broad consultation on him.
For elections to be successful, onye BBA no
Obi, Mr. Point to no one point to rule. What's the end? CAE from 13 to correct.
Yeah, them no worker.
Is it in the?
What's according to CI?
Is it in their petition? Is it in?
Can you put everything in the petition?
This is not material fact for you to plead.
Or a material fact that you have to plead.
This one is not material fact.
Lawyer.
Who determines my
No. From 13, if the from 13 is fake, it goes to the act of the declaration. It's a big issue.
I want you to understand.
Ba
I
maninwe.
want you to be
Ekosiisen metna ho.
understand that.
Ekosiisen na metna ha.
Didn't
Baba.
see that from 30.
Ekosiisen na metna ho.
Maninwe.
That's why we didn't evidence it.
Hold on. Let him finish. I'll come back.
Ekosiisen na metna ha.
Lawyer
Bembe mano. From 13 on your correct. Did you see it in their pleadings? One petition they will do. It's not in. Now, Ochina Supreme Court Obu ebo rule.
Obama on kwama why argue first.
Na Obi, share. Sometimes the challenger any mbra no kakra no ye wono. Nye there say based on the information or available, in this case in the public domain, osan the proceedings so see court in a yehwe pefe. Any legal authorities kakra say predict the outcome of an application before the court. Or say, hey, when you Supreme Court near you on one side. In chat that what could be. Chat. Oh, your people say it all the time.
People say it. Mention the person who say.
Oh.
Mention 1 year.
Say be and care moral draw. Many problem.
1 year. Mention 1 year.
But Obi, I can Abu Sekanda ni case no.
Asempa FM.
Where the Supreme Court speaking through Datiba JS
Datiba
said that you cannot essentially
Ekosiisen
compel
on
the
Asempa
defendant
FM.
to speak. And I yes, Supreme Court no okay.
that's
And the
a Supreme
Mr.
Court
Chachichi get to be invite the Supreme Court to depart from that decision.
Oh, yeah, possible.
Now on then because in this case we file voluntary witness statement. Na yentifia hara na Supreme Court on date the witnesses statement or opera filing and one filing by a certain date. And this for comply.
Not in its entirety.
Thank you very much. Work seeking leave. One more on corner. And see, assuming, and I say this even without admitting, because as far as I'm concerned, the time where evidence is properly before the court is when it is tendered.
Yes.
The time that a witness gives evidence is when he's sitting in the box. In the Sebekea, some of the panel members were asking there, it is a witness statement in New York. Na say, yeah, oral trial. Anka, at what point, witness no obe make a determination there, I'm not going to give evidence in accordance with other 36.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Mr. Chachuchi Kata admitted that when they are about to, when they have closed their case and the witness, he admitted. He said so.
He never.
Oh, Obi, answer.
I say I was in the courtroom. He never said.
Oh, no, I was watching it on
what did
TV.
he
It was
say?
as good as being there.
No, remember. So what did he say?
If you want me to repeat it,
Yeah, what did he
or
say?
say because we didn't go through proper case management. So the point where the Supreme Court ordered us to bring our
Witness statement.
that is where a party can elect not to do it or to do it.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He never said.
But there were
wait,
strict timelines to that.
strict timeline to what?
To submitting your
Yes,
witness
so you
statement.
can decide not to do it.
Great. But in your case, the court still gave you leave. Even after that, to still
Because
bring
there was a reason,
Rogers-
there was an application. TME. When you want court to do something, that is what there's application.
Yes.
So you use application. So when court gives you order, and you have a reason not to comply with the order, and you have to file an application, but you have an application. That does not mean someone comply with the order, no. But because you have a reason.
Okay.
In the same strength of an argument.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
So I filed a witness statement. Plaintiff, and in this case petitioner, why adduce no evidence in who there? Evidence here were adduced before the court. There's no basis for me to mount the witness box.
You can also
and give
file an
evidence.
application.
I cannot file application to say that pursuant to the rules.
We have not said so.
So what are you talking about?
We have not said so.
You are sitting here telling us the whole Ghana that the electoral commissioner has run away.
No, Nani.
Etia.
No, Nani. Wait a minute.
Now, Baba, based on the OK, what John is saying, because I'm also a right to file an application. So on those one,
Yeah, Obi. Oh,
But-
massa.
Right, oh yeah,
Please.
right. Oh yeah.
I mean, come on, who come on, name information.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, notes na me fio. I mean, be a mom information. I want to be frost this year. One more lecture. Obi, mu notes. Eka say
Yeah.
notes na me here. We move phone because ye be one paper. Nti mu notes na mo hwe. na mo respond one by one. Hwɛ. Takashi na nsam keka
Asempa
obi.
FM.
Ono onye koto. Ono we radio do. K on radio do na yen.
Ekosiisen on
But when we
Asempa
get to the
FM.
Supreme Court, they deal with serious issues bordering on facts, evidence, and rules of procedure. What is the issue? Order 36, okay, then. In any event, witness statement, no writing is pursuant to the new rules. No objective in there. No ever no witness box now. I'm aware evidence. This time true. At what point? That's a one true. Electoral commissioner now any other witness be over from no box no on my evidence. Obi miss awesome. It's not after the closure of their case. So does it matter when the witness statement was filed? Does it matter? It's immaterial when the witness statement was filed. Because normal trial, as pertains in the court, enemy, he is the same, except that now, rather than the oral evidence, no, evidence no in writing.
Asempa FM.
To avoid surprises na no kakahunti na case management stage wama obia or file no witness statement and sana ye proceed to trial. Rules of trial unsustained. Rules that are applied during the course of trial has not changed. Now we can elect him and now choose to play to the gallery. That's a embrace na yedi ejuma Ghana here yes yeah country of rules. Yeah adherent of the rule of law. Saying na yeji tumde yedi ejuma we should recognize there the law, the understanding of the law, the application of rules of procedure in the practice of law. This is not what pertains on the street. Consider the man Kenya as a man for lawyer. Until we can play to the public gallery, the electoral commissioner or gone. So ni bibia this year, and come numbers now box no evidence. How do you expect the electoral commissioner to come and do your case for you? Because that's exactly what they are seeking to do at this point.
Asempa FM. Ekosiisen on Asempa.
They want the electoral commissioner to fill the gaps where they have failed. It's not going to happen. Ma, according to you, a declaration is what comes out of somebody's mouth. The fact does not matter. Now if the fact matters, if the fact matters, would you be in court?
The practice is that they declare.
Practice.
They have muted this.
Yes, it's muted. Didn't you?
Practice.
Note it. I'll come back to you.
If the fact matters, Obi, say if the fact matters, Chedano Okrosazam General Secretary Asianikasiate, in his own calculation, the individual votes that were obtained by all the contestants does not amount to 13,434,574. Obi Etia.
Asempa FM.
So how do you say that the Supreme Court should make an order that because electoral commissioner occur 13,434,574, which is not the fact of the outcome of the election, court don't use honor as basis to do calculation and that nobody got 50%.
Ekosiisen on
Damascene has to be
Asempa
that.
FM.
Damascene. That's the reason why they are in court. Regardless of the fact that say a calculate individual figures will be in the election, Obi, it comes to 13,121,111. This is the total of the valid vote cast. But what's it because electoral commissioner okay the 13,434,574 only the Supreme Court will use as the denominator for calculating the percentages that each candidate got. At be that. And that the declaration is what she said. And she said that 13,434,574. And so the fact that the actual figure is 13,121,161 or 112,161 is irrelevant.
But he make the point, sir, when she realized that, why, granted there, the actual should be 111. Why the one for the parties involved? Sit down with them. A bed then.
No, what for the bed then? Figures in Nibia. Mamba Samahama near Nenima.
Ekosiisen on
Manana do dan kwaku for the onion Nenima. Ma eko don kode onion Nenim.
Asempa FM.
Enim. I'm asking you, you are not aware.
So I'm not count. One hour count. But yes, it's in public now. Yes.
Thank you very much. All those figures, the aggregation is known by all the parties. And look, Obi, I don't catch all the mammy be on this with the electoral commission of a result because once it's a result. She did not.
No, but nobody has said that.
But that's what the NDC is saying, that they changed the result. They kept changing the result. And answer the worker. Nobody changed the results. More simple analogy that I mean now na baba ya election. Dominic referee ya to aba nkofo 120 na woto aba.
Asempa.
Woto aba ewie 100. And what can the area valid 20 sport ballots. Ye film. 100 di awenya 60. Minya 30. Uno awo baba mama 30. Awo for 30 na musu minya 10. Ediboma oya 100. Dominic Kabo Baby. No, so any day to aba na wono woto aba ni na no oya valid no oya 120.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
When you and I and the Baba Jama now know that the actual figure is 100.
It's 100.
Now the chin also and the Baba no make the total valid voter ya casting no oya 120. No more 100. I see. Why the one from Ambat the hall, one from Ambat the hall, one from Jamal Ambat the hall? Now, no, you're shining you there. About your 2 and 100. Now, what's the Sunday or your 120 to 100? In say, Yancy. It's here for 120, no. You're from calculate election, no. Now, say the 120 calculate election, maybe on your 50%. That is all that the NDC is saying.
Yeah, but he says that is what the law.
Why? Which law?
Law.
But I'm saying that, remember, in the declaration, other figures. No, Dominic, you see.
In the
your
declaration,
40, your 60, his 30, and my 10.
the same thing.
That is what the electoral commissioner used. Fact. Is that not a fact?
Maybe Okasache, Papa.
Obi, is that not the fact? And see, the fact that now from no work 120 until see declaration only 120 okay. And see use one. So we should throw away the will of the people of Ghana.
The fact of the election.
Oh no, that the NDC is saying there. Yen to the will of the people. Yen to chin. Na error na electoral commissioner often numpe you know onu. And na yen fanya calculation. Hey.
Me and my lawyer, so be me must say, Obi, please ask, what will happen if the respondents tomorrow ask the court that they are withdrawing their witness statement or they want it struck out? What will happen? Or possible?
No, it's possible.
There, a maneuver now.
Of evidence.
No.
So, why?
In the hour so they can do that.
Oh,
okay.
Brother.
I hear you.
But they don't even have to.
They don't have to.
No, to ask that. But the court, as a matter of course, if you are not tendering the document cannot be before the court. One tender.
Maybe.
Obi. For witness statement, no, before Baba Bay evidence.
Yeah.
Or there, what tender?
What tender? Okay.
Through the witness.
The witness.
It is a one tender. Obey the no evidence.
It is not part of the evidence a court never consider.
No.
Won't consider.
How are they going to consider it if it's not before? Because for the evidence to be admitted, it must be tested.
Yeah.
Through cross-examination.
Yeah.
That's a one tender. Who case I know? Yes, one do.
Okay. Okay.
Na court no mbua. the asama NDC for the court, Mr. Mahamo Denji mo what the bay. The Obian 50%.
Oh, yeah, no, Kara.
In Jambia Supreme Court judge say evidence and one hour by ya cross examine one admissions we make Nazni Nano. Oh, yeah, no corridor Obian 50%. Second, say Techiman South figures here. What's the electoral commission one fan will declare you no Kora. Say if you ma no a declaration now. Oh, yeah, no Kora. Say the counter declaration or no Kora. Mistakes na errors a complaining na ya cross examine one. Said na boma come 5,662. About affect the outcome of the election. Oh yeah, no kwara. This is what is before the court. That is the issue.
Answer na Baba Jamal bebemuno broja jemfia send me the Sumaila. The Sumaila Babel versus Adamu Dramani and the Attorney General case, and the judgment from the court presided over by Dr. Dateba JSC. And I'll say I should just read the first part of the judgment, It's on how important the witness of a defense is required for establishing the case. It is also first part now, and lawyer for me, I'll say it is the unanimous view of the court that the first defendant, in this case Adamu Dramani, should be called upon to open his defense in the interest of justice. This case does not have the ordinary characteristics of a trial, say at the High Court. The procedure before this court is such that before the commencement of oral testimony in this case, the first defendant had already put matters in evidence by affidavit. In this circumstance, it is artificial and hardly sustainable to disregard the evidence already adduced by the affidavit of the first defendant and proceed to an assessment of a no-case submission made on his behalf, as if the only evidence on record is that of the plaintiff. And this is quite instructive, no?
How instructive is it?
Nintaya.
So what are the affidavit evidence that is before the court that has been put out by
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Respondent?
By the respondent. Okay, so the difference in the there was an affidavit before the court. Lawyer.
You know what the principle, the electoral commission lawyers in connivance with MPP lawyers are trying to do.
Why then?
On person smuggle the practice or the principle of no case submission into a civil matter. In civil matters, you need no case submission. There no be no trauma.
Now, sir, lawyer Wankasa, they did not apply no case. Was it Omo use backdoor? They are smuggler bishim.
Because what they are trying to do is in a criminal case, who say we prosecution in the case we are, what we call submission of no case. But in civil, me pacho. Na make us by see they are trying to smuggle it back door, but trying to rely. But you see, what they should know is that Oma Kotulobiu, the electoral commission officer now or can say wo pese all mama menu enko record o Kotulobiu o CI or see order 36
of CI 47.
CI 47 and Osanko order 87. Of
the same CI?
No, yes, CI 87.
Okay, CI 87. Okay.
Now, when you see or say a person who does not want to can elect their own. I was saying the principle of what we are talking about. In the civil case, yes, it's a own person with evidence. You can elect to do what? To decide not to do it. I know your woo decision. Our argument that at what point do you elect to say yes or no? That is the question. That is the point. And I think tomorrow, after the submissions, it will be clear for people to form their own opinions. Maybe can because we are of the opinion, say, the very day that you decided to file in witness statement, you have added evidence, attached evidence.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
You have elected to do what? To give evidence.
You have elected to give evidence.
Elected.
Even
I am coming to whether it is in. I'm coming there. Don't worry. I'm coming to that. Obi, when we say Babel case, no, Omo can say it's a special jurisdiction because when it comes to the Supreme Court, Rule 5 of CI 16 tells us that the Supreme Court can take any form any decision to make sure that justice is served. Do you know that even in the Supreme Court, even though those evidence now, a friend saying electoral commission they buy, even though it's not in evidence yet, in the Supreme Court's own wisdom, no, a witness has been cross-examined on it.
Based on the same evidence.
Evidence which is yet not in evidence. The Form 13, it was attached by the electoral commission to their witness statement. They evidenced it. So any evidence. How did the Form 13 find its way into the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court allowed it to be entered. So even though the witness statement as a whole has not yet been intended, but it has been used in cross-examining people.
But I don't know your leadership will indicate say offer free. Of
course, it is in the statement, but
no, but the woman indicates
it doesn't matter. I know it by that. It's a fact that the Form 30 was attached to the evidence of Jim Mensah. The Supreme Court don't produce evidence. The Supreme Court don't produce evidence. It is evidence that the parties have sent. That is what they rely on. So the Form 13 is a fact that it is Jim Mensah who attached it to the evidence. So if she is using it, she is definitely using it from Jim Mensah. So even though it's not gone into evidence, but because it is a Supreme Court forum, it is already being used. This may not happen in a high court. So what must say? This may not be allowed in a high court because they will say it is not intended. And I'm a boy, it will not be allowed. So you see, anything I can say, also bizarre question say, can the Supreme Court depart from its own decisions? Oh, they have departed several times. Even in this case, the interrogatories that was allowed some time back has been departed from. So once the circumstances depart, requires that they will depart.
Were not allowed in 2013.
Interrogatories what? Which interrogatories?
They were not allowed in 2013.
Which one? Which one? Please, Tobo.
I say in 2013, what was
the interrogatories were not allowed.
Who told you they were not allowed?
Oh, what interrogatories were allowed? Those
the one filed by
what was not allowed the documents,
the inspection. Why?
Were allowed.
My brother. But this time it was refused.
Lord Jamal, the other thing I'm person put out. So share Adamu Sakande case na he say the part I read was an orbital.
This is a criminal case.
Yes, meaning.
So sometimes there's a bit difference in criminal case and the civil case. That is why I was saying that's what I tried to say. They were trying to smuggle a criminal case situation into a civil case. Now,
because here can one a lawyer Samson Ladi and say, please ask him, and I think it's to Broja, or say what the ratio in that case was. It is misleading to simply quote any portion of a judgment.
Thank you.
What was the ratio? The
but the judgment is unanimous. The judgment is unanimous.
No, but I know you're obiter. That's what.
No, but the obiter said it is unanimous. So if you're asking about ratio again, the obiter said it is unanimous. Read it again.
Maybe.
You read it and I heard it.
Yes. Let me see. Okay. Or say it is the unanimous view of the court.
So it was a unanimous view
That the first defendant.
So don't let us go on it.
Should
This is
be
a criminal case. I mean, so if you ask the Roche again, it's a unanimous view. So that's them. But we see, I don't want to even dwell on this because I say that this is a criminal case.
Yeah.
So there may be some differences.
Okay.
But we are talking about this current case. I've already informed you that even though, you see, even though the thing is not in evidence, in the Supreme Court, a witness has already been cross-examined on it. Professor White was cross-examined on the Form 13. So I must say, by one of the bench my lords. So I must say. Now, so when I use the word say, Electoral Commission is running away. I didn't make us away. You see, I am saying this because at least today, the lawyer for Electoral Commission actually prepared say, oh no, so if I say my personal view say I didn't know person about Adakan.
But in your practice, no say a civil case, can a party in a civil case be compelled to adduce evidence?
You see, you can't compel a party to give evidence. But remember, the Electoral Commission situation is a different situation.
How is it different?
Let's look at the special circumstances of the Electoral Commission.
Special circumstances.
The first thing is that it is a constitutional position. She is not acting in her individual capacity as a private person. No. She is engulfed by a constitutional responsibility. Can I finish? You see, we are seeking for information that can only be given by one person in the whole world.
That's not true.
One person in the whole world. Because the conversation between Adukwe Mensah and Rojo Mituluno, Rojo has stated his part. Who can give the other part? It is only one person in the world who can do that. So, if you say that, oh, it's a human right, she won't talk. You see, he said something very interesting, sir. When a person decides to withdraw his case or say, I won't speak, is it in the Evidence Act also? I'm not sure of the law. Do you know that when the person also refused to respond to a case, then it means that the whole case collapsed and the judgment should go for us?
Thank you. So let the easy.
No, easy. Oh, hold on. I am bringing it up. In our rules. Hold on. Don't start talking. I made about upset. Do you know that? Baby, you won't even respond.
Yeah.
Then automatically your case collapses.
Yes.
And it comes to us. But you see, in our case, we don't want to do that. Because we want Ghanaians to know the truth. It's not only about us.
Yeah, but unfortunately for you, it's a civil trial.
Oh, yes.
And you cannot compel the EC to adduce evidence.
That is
which evidence might support your case.
you the special circumstances
of the person
or your constitutional person. Oh, Abaruna there in a special privileged position. That is why we have right of information bill in this country.
Yeah.
When sometimes you can force. Oh, hold on. But America, as a man, you are not controlling him. So, because if you want information from public officer, and in these circumstances, she is the only person in the world, in the world to do that. So, under the special circumstances, the issue about saying that,
and are you saying the special circumstance, would mean we should suspend the civil procedure in the court?
When she has voluntarily put in a witness statement. Voluntarily.
Which statement is not in evidence yet?
My brother, I've already told you what has happened to that statement. I've already told you what has happened to the statement. It didn't happen. Enco evidence. Across the will be also. Impliedly, what does that mean? My statement to across the will be also. So I'm saying,
was that cross examination?
Hold on.
In the right sense of the word, say So Supreme Court judge be able to question for clarity. Would you term that cross
Of course, she relied on an evidence and showed it to him. Do you know that has gone into the records of the case? So why are you saying that is? Oh, it's not.
No, I'm saying in the right sense, is that cross-examination?
Of course, there are questions from the bench.
And that's cross-examination.
No, I've not said cross. I'm saying there are questions from the bench. And when the bench asks questions and rely on evidence, doesn't it go into the records?
Rely on what evidence?
My brother, were you not in court? Or you didn't see
No,
it?
who said?
You didn't watch it. You didn't watch it. You didn't watch. You didn't watch it. You didn't watch it. You didn't watch. Okay, you watch it. So, didn't you see the judge open it and gave it to him to inspect?
Yes.
What is that?
It
No. What is that?
That is evidence.
My humble opinion is that I've already told you say it's not gone into evidence as a whole, but already aspects of it no. You saw it. Eddie
Busa question for
it's
clarity.
a question for clarity. Whatever it is, whether for clarity or whatever, because the bench only can ask questions for clarity anyway.
Yes.
And I remember, they don't ask questions, but they ask it for clarity.
Yeah.
And I remember. Now, the next thing I want to draw your attention to is that, Share, and this the run away now. Johnny dear, with Johnny, because when you hear channel, I
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
nothing I made any declarations. I have said this, I want to repeat it. Sir,
Asempa FM.
declaration, I said it. Said declaration is what you put on paper and come and declare to the people.
Yeah.
Is that not the practice in Ghana here?
Yeah.
You put it on paper, come and declare, and you have to know, so by law, no, so no, from 30, I was so baby. Party be or participate be, I was so man copy. So, sir. Oh, hold on. Oh, man, I'm not even, this one, I'm not even talking for me. Me say party be or me can't I catch them say, and it's a mistake, but document anymore. Then it is also a matter of course and a matter of law, say. Some crofona who sign my copies na mistake you call them back to come and do the writing. When Timmy can't tell me say, oh, numbers is already with them. They already have numbers. And then so you quote 13,121, 13,122. But you declared it and signed it, and they all signed it. Those who don't want to sign showed why they don't want to sign. So if you have decided, say, ube change the results now, what do you do?
Ube change the result.
Yes. Ube rectify the results. Now, according to you, you have made a mistake. By rectifying the mistake, of course, there will be some change in figures. Whether it is affected the results or don't affect the results, there will be a change of results. And I remember, it is a change of results, not Uber, because in law, one crown or they come one, as it will be a sign. And I remember, and will be a court saho, and I want to go in a yard, and what it will form 30 amount, and the form 30 no mukutano, and no correction on the 10th, and no correction on the 10th. No. So logically and legally, I was saying, from no back view, no, so they had been changing it, so we are prepared new form 13, and I'm sign it and take your copies. You didn't do that. You just sat in your office and gave press release. Press release. Which part of our law says that you can use press release to correct your mistake? So this is the problem. Now, Kase. From 13 that is the final form based upon which you declare the resource. And according to the Form 13 also, no. So when you declare resource, you have to give everybody a copy. And one will be a betrayal, one will be a copy. Obi, mi busa bewe. Misi baby a chichira buano. No one is no.
Yeah.
And it's a white moon penfo in that. What free we are seeing now? What catch we are seeing now? Say at the end position in it. That's a mistake, Bimo. What do? You have to go back to the people to correct it. But you see what happened in court today. Very interesting. Say, and I'm not catch the million message. Electoral Commission one sorry keke say me new. Electoral Commission wo kwan bia so ka say oh yeah and this evidence. But from what has gone on so far, because the Supreme Court is there to dispense justice. That is why the law, the rules gave the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the only court that laws no man kwan say dey bi kura ya chair no atimi di ne mara foforo ya den ehye me na sabi etosum say wo medi asamaba wo na constitution say wo betima election
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
and why election am say election now we the results now the buy na enye machiro results ko a enye machiro bi machiro pardon baby a pardon machiro baby a mistakes about machiro baby a results mienu free mu buy machiro baby nkrofo bi ansan e bi san brabe yi wano na chire yemu adenti ne ba ne sa o say he is coming to do our case for us. But what case did we take? And then that is where you look at the 5 issues again. No, final issue no. Na omra errors na ya reason no. Omra mbe errors no ho adwuma. Ni hunu say errors no ebe fagiti.
Now nothing there was on ba ansa na mahu.
Yes.
Why can't you prove that before even she comes?
No, we can't. Because if for example we take Eastern region, which results are we using? If we take a place like Sehui also, what is the final result? Hold on. Which one? Which one are you talking about?
Which one did Rojo certify?
Rojo certified one, and the other one is not there, but the one is the lower one. Today, even in court, it's like a third one was coming because Namu lawyer. I could jump on look. I saw no need the nice
time. Yes, Rojo certified first one. And which one do you know the EC used?
We don't know. No. We don't know. Because this is the results by 4 na big bunting. Or the first one by 9th. No, the second one by 10th. And all gazette 9th. And what about court so court to crown so we no we paragraph 20 or so no. And also figure how see different.
Because there is a message from your friend Kweku Bako. Say so when their Eastern regional agent failed to show up to sign the corrected regional summary sheet, the EC should not have proceeded with its constitutional duty in declaring the Eastern regional result.
That is also a misconception by Bako. He didn't get the facts right. He didn't even get the facts right. Say Crawford refused to do that. We have come to look. Do you know I am the one who went to Eastern region? At the point when they were even delayed, we decided to boycott the thing and left. But later they called us and said that because you could try since morning, me do around 7:30. I'm going to say by 10, because results number. Yet, Ekobutu. First, I'm debate 3 by 33 concerns. I'm debate 2 or 3 by can first one. You bet 2-3 hours. And I led the team to the electoral commissioner, the regional electoral commissioner office. Now, so why are you delaying yourself? I find the results number that they are looking, checking the results. Yes, I'm trying about 2 hours and I say you catch a pressman or say the intimate and we left. But when we left, immediately do baby almost so my and no fray in Pano so omrambe sign. That is when our guy went back to sign the first one.
Almost sign first one. If you sign first one, you almost sign free.
Now I say we are there now.
Okay.
And you are not
in the second one, no, the
second one, when I catch you say Frobi.
Me,
as far as I'm concerned, I don't have that information. And what yana, and I go back what you on country me because I'm not doing about. So go back what you say. I'm afraid any panel so on country me. And it is neither here or nor there. Question I can say no, me no not done contention was Supreme Court say me no mu na he na mu di adwuma. And to one bit me ya no. Sasa me one bit me ya no. And the electoral commission. No electoral commission we na assembly metima be yi ano a eyema. So the electoral commission I think it even such an attitude ground it marks of disrespect for the public. Because as a public officer,
how does it?
Because
you know, sir.
Because
they have the right to file an application, sir. They will not come. Sir, the moment filing application in time.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yes.
But I'm speaking here as a Ghanaian whose money pays her, whose taxes keeps the electoral commission, whose the constitution has given a responsibility. And so at every point in time, I expect there, as a public official, if there is the need to do what? To respond to the public, you need to respond. Especially when there's such a huge issue pending before the court. So, what am I saying? That's the way I feel. And I'm not saying that, I feel, it doesn't speak well of her. That's the way I feel. So what am I saying? The can say, and they build more raise issue, say, issue when women, a dear pan is my own ones of Babaton, electoral commission, you know. Me no way near buy, mistakes send a buy. When you dear Juma. Friends, first declaration, no, say, to weigh a final position. Says it's a weighing a finances.
Because the final position is stated in their response to the petition. And I won't.
But when you put in no, you are not talking about it. They don't have a petition.
It's almost response to petition.
Response. No, yeah. That is why they have gone further to give witness statement. Interfering here cross-examine because you know two money are jatum.
Yes.
Oko kota nyese udi two asem to one ajatum. Anything a man who can say then you cross examination. And you see the rules. It is not for nothing.
Cross examination.
It is not for nothing. Yes, it is not.
Oh,
I agree. It is not for nothing. Say rules no say. No den asem eba ferko of edikano. No edikano nya den. What the petition ba na say okay for witness statement. It is not for nothing. If you say petitioner kasa first. You build case we are respondent no say dey. It is not for nothing. Now petitioner can asem. When you coin na kasa agobo witness statement crime by evidence kwa ye dey bisa lenzam. Now when you go in area wo dey wo se be dey mema. Hey. Who was some now kind of about system no more. About system no more. Hey, I think. No problem there. No problem there. Oh, whoa. What do? Oh, member addresses member address. Yenye addresses.
Addresses on no member.
Yenye bra. Yenye oh. Obi what's that?
But I think one question be a win here. No say yenfa ne say Jean Mensa say omma. Say eboa momo case na it's in your address now they are saying
Obi mayi no say yen ye pese Ghana fo hunu kuro wasem no enye se bia
yen pese mo be wini court case
be be nya court case ne kekase be wini ye wini court ne kekase kwa na say ensem no kuro wo ensem no mpia enye buntu ye pese the truth of the matter.
But the truth will be for you to win.
No, winning it alone will not bring out the truth because we see the other side. To see the other side on also to. Now you on one some kind of you can confront no. And I make say on when opportunity am we to you no can some try we be no kra say on say be no kra so we do no am ko eduma no kra ma nani ye no mu dan fi ho o ma nje no mu dan fi ho sebe inti yan ye de obi ehunu ono ne de ne ono so dwirim kata hihye project course wo ho a yensu ye bebise nanum nsem because so kaso ye ne say ya na we ne say first ye say ye kwakohwe ne document Supreme Court ne yan adwen because document no so nka ma yenkwa ma yehu sa mistake ne ka
in the otina samoye argument ni nyina wie na Supreme Court ka say waje atome mama ame ne ma what happens
Ibiana be kire nto aso
mama kind messages we na fe
Ibiana be kire nto aso
I'll read these very important messages near to aso lawyer Baba Jamal ha lawyer Andre Japamesa wa ha medin your saibonso and on the earlier conversation I have a lawyer Samson Ladi Anyenene comes back or say Obi the context and where in reference to your friend is saying bail ne any Adamu Sakande case no and that unanimous way I make what I say. The context was that submission of no case was dismissed, and that's why the defendant was asked to open his case in the criminal case. The ratio for a civil case is that a party cannot be compelled to adduce evidence, and that is settled. This is not a submission of no case, so the application being made with this case by Bruja and Baba is not correct and misleading. The unanimous you saw there is not and does not establish a ratio for a party to be compelled to adduce evidence in a criminal or in a civil case. Maybe. Obi, the EC is not in court to defend itself against some public opinion, as Baba Jamal is purporting. So I shudder to think that a legal strategy that involves not mounting the witness must constitute contempt against the public. Unless he's saying that the EC cannot exercise the strategy of not sitting in the box. This clamor is much ado about nothing. Before proceeding to the court, I am sure they had faith in their case. Why do they all of a sudden need the EC to prosecute their case? Atik Mohammed and Onodiwe Abba. Obviously, the second one, which was the corrected one, was used. Baba knows their agent was called, but refused or failed or both to go and re-sign the corrected version. Abdul Malik comes back. Obi, there is nothing like special person and special circumstances before the law and the Supreme Court. The law is the law. Nothing more, nothing less. Charles ni Teiko Tego. Ewa Tantra Hill. Or no Eddie way about. Messages. This is what I'll do. Lawyer member. This is what I'll do. Now afi maba ama ya same up. Okay. No, munya butre. Me bacho muntie we ma me ba. Lawyer Baba Jamal.